Welcome back to the Kaspa Silver YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the KS0 Ultra. I'm going to be showing you guys how to set this thing up and be looking at the profitability. And so I recently just purchased this on the Ice River website and I got it for about $307. This miner is currently doing about 400 gigahashes and it's only taking about 100 watts. And as of recording, it's giving me about 6 Kaspa per day on its own. And then next to it over here is the KS0 Pro, which honestly I do need to clean this. But the setup is pretty much the same thing as the Pro. It hooks up the same way and sets up the same way on the website. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the computer and show you guys how I set this thing up. Alright, so to set this miner up, you're going to want to grab the IP address of the miner that is currently connected to your network. One way that you can grab this is by logging into your router and viewing all the devices that are connected to your network, or you can use this application called Advanced IP Scanner, which scans all the devices on your network, shows the IP addresses, and you could pretty much figure out which one is the KS0 Ultra or whichever Ice River miner that you currently have purchased. You can also find it through there as well. Once you get that IP address, you're just going to put it into the address bar here, and then it's going to bring you to the Ice River login. And to log in, it's always going to be admin and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once you log in, it's going to bring you to the Ice River GUI for your miner, which you can see the statistics of your miner. And if it's the first time that you're setting this up, it's going to be connected to the Ice River setup where they were mining to their own pool and their own address. And you can even check that address to see how much Kaspa they mined before they shipped it to you. But you can just go ahead and remove all the information that's already going to be in here when you get the miner, and then just change it and connect it to whichever pool you want to connect to. Personally, I connect to Hero Miners, and so to connect to Hero Miners with the KS0 Ultra, you got to always make sure that you put the stratum plus TCP : and then //, and then this would be the address for me, which I'm US East, so it's us2.kaspa.herominers.com, and then this is the port that you would have to put. And then for the wallet worker, you'll just go ahead and put the Kaspa address that you want to be mining to, and then you'll just put a period after that so that you can name the miner, so that when you look into Hero Miners, you can actually decipher which miner is connected to that address. And I could show you that down over here. You can see I have 3 different miners connected, and the worker name pops up depending on what you put after that period. So let's go ahead and look at some profitability of this miner. I purchased this on the Ice River website, and it cost me about $307 after tax and shipping and all that. And so when I purchased this, the price of Kaspa was currently sitting at about 17.84 cents. And if I would have just purchased Kaspa instead of buying the miner, I would have gotten 1,720 Kaspa. So I went ahead and ran the numbers to see how much Kaspa I would get during the lifetime of this miner. So this miner is giving me about 400 gigahashes. It costs about $307. And notice that I am putting 0 for the cost per kilowatt because I'm not going to be selling any Kaspa to pay for electricity. I don't need to do that. I'm just going to pay that out of pocket myself. I want to see how much Kaspa I can actually make from this miner without selling anything. And we're going to put the daily hash rate increase at like 300 terahashes just for now. I know that's not going to be pretty accurate to what we've been seeing, but we're just going to do that for now and click the estimated break even. You could see here that it says by November of 2025, I should break even, and my total earnings for this miner is going to be 2,536 Kaspa. And pretty much when it comes to mining, I only really care about making more Kaspa than how much Kaspa I could have got if I purchased it on the spot market. So here it's 2,500 Kaspa that I'm going to make in the longer run. I mean, this is forecasting all the way up to 2029 that I'm going to be making pretty much over this 1720 here. So that's pretty much why I did decide to purchase this miner because to me, it looks like I'm gonna possibly be able to break even on it. And also I do have a KA box that I was gifted. And so that really does help me with making some pretty much free Kaspa. And so I did use some of that Kaspa to purchase this miner. So I didn't have to really spend some of my money that I've worked for. It's more money that I've already earned from just mining to buy this miner, but it does look like I'll come out on the profit side. Now let's calculate a little bit more accurately to how the hash rate's been exploding. Cause I mean, the other day it pretty much reached 580 or something like that. Or in fact, we can go ahead and take a look right now. What's the max hash rate? The highest hash rate that's calculated on Kas.fyi is 586. I've seen some people say that it hit 600 at one point, but it's been seriously just skyrocketing recently. So it's really unpredictable, and it does hurt a lot in profitability calculations. So I'm going to just go ahead and put 1000 terahashes, which is basically calculating that every single day it's going to be increasing about 1 petahash every single day. And so if I do that break even, you could see I won't break even till 2026. And also I'll be making 1,912 Kaspa. And I mean, that's still more than how much I would have got if I purchased this miner on the spot market. So it is really interesting to see that. It looks like I might be able to come out profitable on this miner. And if I'm looking here, this is calculating that by 2029, the hash rate will probably be at about 2.3 exahashes, pretty much, because this is 2000 petahashes. So yeah, at 1000 petahashes, you're at 1 exahash. So that is pretty crazy to think about. And who knows? And by 2029, do you think we'll be at only 2 exahashes with the current rate of how the hash rate's been exploding? I feel like we may even be way higher. So this may be like not even accurate. I mean, if I put 2000, which is the hash rate's growing by 2 every single day, that would put by 2029 us being at 4000 petahashes. And at that point, yeah, I won't break even on this miner at all. I will not make more Kaspa than what I could have gotten if I just would have bought Kaspa on the spot market. So the hash rate is really unpredictable. Hopefully it stays as low as possible for the time being. I haven't really heard much of brand new miners coming out. I just know that there's a lot of miners just going out on the market because people keep buying them. So the hash rate is probably going to be exploding more. And we'll see. I mean, this is pretty accurate, in my opinion, to see that by September, you know, we're hitting the 650s. And then even by October, we're hitting the 700s. So that seems pretty accurate for the short term. It's just the long term is going to be really hard to predict how the hash rate is going to be going here. But anyways, let me show you guys exactly how my mining setup is going right now. So currently, if all my miners are working at maximum capacity, they would all be equivalent to about 1.78 terahashes. And with 1.78 terahashes, you could see that daily I should be making about 28 Kaspa, equivalent to about $5. And if we go to what I'm currently making right now, which is just estimated because the hash rate is pretty much all over the place on hero miners, I feel like it's not accurate at all. I mean, you can see here that my KS0 Pro, it's saying that it's only at like 50 gigahashes. And if I check my KS0 Pro, you could see that it's currently sitting at like 190. It says 180 right now. It is a bit lower than advertised in that 200 gigahashes. So I do need to figure out why that is happening. Bit strange there, but Hero Miners is calculating it way lower. But either way, it looks like I'm going to be making at least around 700 to 800 Kaspa a month, which is equivalent to about maybe $120 to $140 if this estimated earnings was more accurate to that 1.78. So that's pretty much where I'm at with mining. I currently have the KA box, the KS0 Pro, and the KS0 Ultra now. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and this mining update. And before we go, if you have not considered getting yourself a Tandem wallet, you can get the Kaspa branded Tandem wallet. There are currently 183 available for pre-order, and the shipping is going to start in August. If you use the code Kaspa Silver, you can get 10% off your order, and I do receive a commission, and I greatly appreciate that because it does help support the channel. But Tandem is a really good cold storage solution to keep your Kaspa offline and off exchanges so that you are not reliant on exchanges to secure your funds. Because if the exchanges take your funds, you pretty much can't do anything about it. You don't actually own your funds when you keep your Kaspa on exchanges. So please always work towards trying to get all your Kaspa offline and self-custody your Kaspa. So thank you again so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here. And as always, don't be average, be different.